Welcome MOTU fans to another Third Earth Reviews toy review, and today I will be reviewing the brand new 2016 Mattycollector He-Man. This figure is from the new MOTU Classics 2.0, now called Club GraySkull, a subscription that so far has released 3 amazing Filmation style characters. The subscription was open October 5th, 2015 through November 2nd, 2015, and will release an additional 4 figures by the end of the year. These figures include Beastman, Evelyn, Clawford, and the sub-exclusive Evil Seed. So first, let's take a look at the brand new packaging. Instead of the original MOTU Classics blister card packaging that used to showcase the figure inside, the new Filmation style figure comes in an open window box that includes an amazing slipcover of Castle GraySkull. When removing the cover, it reveals that the drawbridge to the castle is now open and we can see our figure inside. I really love this new packaging. The eyes and nose of the skull are also open windows which allow light to shine through for anyone who is interested in keeping the figure in the box. The artwork and the coloring for the space and Castle GraySkull are some of my favorite and remind me of a time when the box artwork was almost better than the toys. On the back of the box we have an image of the animated version of He-Man and a statement why Matty created this figure as a homage to the original cartoon we knew and love. When you open up the box, He-Man comes in a plastic case with a cardboard background. Once removed from the plastic casing, we see all the sculpted elements of this remarkable figure. Since the figure is based off the original 1980s cartoon, it is far more simple in details compared to some of the other He-Mans released by Mattycollector. However, this does not diminish the figure at all. In fact, it is one of the many reasons I love this figure so much. For the most part, the painted details are spot on, however I do have a few paint blemishes and some sloppy painting like around the harness. Nothing too noticeable unless you're really staring at it. Also, on the back of his knees and boots, the plastic is a little rough as if it was worn down or in a bad mold. Again, nothing too awful, but something you might want to be aware of if you're interested in getting one of these for yourself. He-Man has the same articulation as most of the MOTU Classic figures, meaning his head is on a ball joint so his head moves up and down, left and right, and all around. His hair does not affect the head movement at all. His shoulders are also on ball joints so they can go up and down as well as out to the side. There is swivel at his biceps, bends at the elbow, and rotations and bends at his wrist. These new wrist bends allow for some of the more iconic He-Man poses. He-Man has an ab crunch as well as a waist swivel. His legs have ball-like joints at the thighs so his legs can move forward and backwards as well as out to the sides. His legs can also rotate and get some very interesting battle poses. Like Skeletor, his waistcloth does affect the movement just a little bit, but overall not too noticeable. His knees have the standard bends, and there are swivels at his boot cuts, and his ankles are the newer version which allow you to move forward and backwards as well as side to side. Now while the ankles aren't the most attractive option to have, I do like the fact that I can get some more battle-oriented poses. He-Man does come standard with a Sword of Power and a brick sword stand. Now, I really like the Power Sword. It's simple, but it goes well with the figure. It fits great in a sword sheath on his back, which is removable if you don't like that particular look. However, like He-Man's knees and boots, there is a spot of wear on the Power Sword that I received. It's not noticeable when the sword is in his hand, but again, it's something I feel that should be mentioned. He-Man also comes with a sword stand, which is something I'm not overly excited about. It's a fine piece that may have a use later down the line, or if you have a Castle GraySkull, it would look good in. But for now, I'd rather have my He-Man posed with a sword rather than it standing right next to him. He-Man is part of Club GraySkull and was released in February 2016. He was also part of the February online sale, but unfortunately sold out within minutes of launch, and so far there has been no word of any re-releases. In March 2016, Mattycollector.com's Facebook had a giveaway they called Matty Madness, where they gave away 5 Filmation-style He-Man figures. The giveaway was held once a week for 5 weeks. It has been confirmed that Super 7 is continuing the Filmation-style figures with the 4 Horsemen working with the sculpts, but again, there has been no word if they're planning on re-releasing Wave 1. So if you're interested in getting one of these He-Man figures for yourself, I would highly recommend it. Even with all the little flaws, it is still one of my favorite He-Man figures to date. The sculpt is a fantastic representation of the original cartoon with some amazing details that bring the character to life. If you find one of these online at a decent price, you should definitely add it to your collection. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to hit that like button and subscribe so you know about all my other reviews. In my next MOTU review, I will be taking a look at the 2016 Filmation style Trapjaw. Until then, this has been Third Earth Reviews.